Hi guys, it's Stephen from James Glenn Car Sales. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another stock walk round. This time we have a modified Mk7.5 Golf R wagon. At James Glenn Car Sales we are very tentative when it comes to handling modified cars. Basically, as a rule, it's generally a no, because they're very rarely what you believe them to be. A couple of things that are under a requirement for us to handle a modified car. The person that's carried out the modifications has to be the person that's selling us the car. The company that's carried out the modifications has to be a firm that we're aware of, and it also has to be full documentation of everything that has been done to the car. And I am delighted to report that every additional requirement that we have to allow us to buy a modified car has been covered with this particular car. Where do we buy our cars? We won't buy anycar.com. It's our own car buying service. If you don't believe me, the link to that webpage is in the description below. If you would like a price for your car, please feel free to use it. We always come back to you. Even if it's not for us, we will come back and say, car isn't for us, doesn't meet our requirements. However, we may well take it in a part exchange if there's something on the website that you fancy. Let's get a look around. So, before we do that, I'll give you a rough highlight, a rough idea of just some of the more important modifications. Now, the full description to the car will be available in the link in the description, which will take you through to the website. Every part, all the servicing, all the dates and the mileages are all on the website. So don't worry if I've missed anything out. Everything is available to you. But the car, it's what they call stage 2. So it's got a high flow cat. It's got a larger front mount intercooler. It's got an intake, and it's also got software to take advantage of all the additional hardware. Brake horsepower will be circa 420 brake horsepower. So it is an extremely fast car. There has been 3 companies working on the car. We know them all. They're all very well respected tuners, and they're all local to us. There has been a few cosmetic enhancements as well. The car has BC coilovers with the top mounts, with the adjustable drop links, and it also has racing line anti-roll bars. The previous owner of this car does not scrimp. When he does something, he does it right. His last car, a Clio RS 220 Trophy, was exactly the same. We supplied him the car, and then we bought it back. Delighted to have it back for stock. So anyway, excuse the longer than normal intro. It's just because of the type of car and the type of things that have been done to it. So I will move myself out of the way and I'll show you around. The car that really, it can do so much. It's a load lugger. It looks the absolute bomb. It goes like Stein, and it handles like it's on rails. Not to mention, it also stops the way a performance car should as well, thanks to the rather expensive racing line brake upgrade, which includes larger discs, larger 4-pot brake calipers, which are in the only colour that a caliper should be, which is bright red with the R-Line logo on the calipers there. Groove discs, not drilled, because drilled discs tend to crack if you get them too hot. It's also got a Maxim design kit as well, which just makes the car look like it's hugging the road even more. It's got the Maxim design rear diffuser. The exhaust tailpipes are just the right size. I love the way that they're staggered as well. It does have a rear wiper delete, but we have all of the standard parts with the car. Yeah, just a really, generally find modified cars, they can tend to, it's a hard one to call, but a lot of them have lived a harder than normal life. And having known both the previous owners, this has purely just been for the love of making a car as individual and as good as it can be, without taking it out and thrashing it up and down the streets. I'm sure it's been used, I'm sure it's given its owners a good time, but it's certainly not had, put it this way, it's not been in a McDonald's car park rave bash, and that's what I'm trying to say. We've got the XKR style bonnet vents. Every car in here is fully detailed. If you've watched any of our previous videos, you'll see that every car's paint is corrected to this level. we're putting through an 82-point inspection to make sure that everything is tip top. There's no mechanical faults, no electrical faults. Because of the type of car it is, we use the guys at DH Automotive in Falkirk. They carried out a Haldax service for us as well while the car was in, and renewed the MOT. Got a set of OZ, I think they are Terinis, wrapped in matching the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, the best tyre in my humble opinion. Ride height is absolutely perfect, doesn't rub. So I'll have one more pass round, just taking in the condition of both passenger and driver sides, and then we'll move inside and let you have a look at the condition of the interior. And would you believe it, it also has some rather nice modifications on the inside as well. Everywhere you look, this car has been enhanced. You couldn't buy a mint standard 7.5 wagon and do all this for £25,000. It just would not be possible. That is often the way with modified cars, to be fair. If you get the right one, they are somewhat of a bargain. So if you have noticed already, the keen eye of you will see that this is not a standard vent. We've got a readout here which displays things like intake temperatures, boost, oil temperature. Really nice, you know, no big daft gauges screwed onto the dashboard. We've got the standard but lovely flat bottom steering wheel with nice logical layout for all the multifunction buttons. The TFT display, which is standard on the Mark 7.5, and the nice glossy Discovery navigation. The car also has a ghost immobiliser, which I will try not to embarrass myself. I always seem to struggle with this. Right, okay. So we put the ignition on, and then put the code in. We should get a double flash of the indicators, that's us, and then start. So at idle, you would think the car stock is anything but loud. Give it a wee rev. It's a little bit of burbling on the overrun. If you put the car into race and then set it to manual, you will get some extra burbling on the overrun and the bangs on the way up through the gearbox, which is quite nice. It does also have an additional subwoofer in the boot, but it goes in to the spare wheel recess, which is just, it doesn't detract from the fact that it's an estate. There's not a big box that's taking up the room that you're obviously going to use because you've bought an estate car. So yeah, that's pretty much out of sight, but it's definitely not out of sound. So we've got the bonnet popped, and I'll let you have a wee look at the engine bay. Pretty sure this one has an R600 intake on it as well, which are a lovely bit of kit if you've ever seen one before. Yeah, it does. Let's have a look. Nothing jumps out instantly, which is a nice, in my opinion, everything just looks OEM plus one. So this is your R600 intake with the big out inlet at the front there. Again, it just looks like it's formed part of the scuttle panel. Forged intake pipe, sorry, and we've also got, I think that's, you're going to see Vibrotechnics, but it's got a poly engine mount there as well. If you have a look down the back, you can see the exhaust is from the turbo back, so it's got a downpipe as well as a high flow cat. So guys, there we are. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it helpful. If you would like to send us an inquiry at all, if you are interested in, oh, better shut the door. If you're interested in the car, you can give us a wee call. Telephone number at the garage is 01236 779,000. Oh yeah, sorry, two owners, and the mileage is 40,000 miles. History is like that. We have everything on the car from new. Yeah, so 01236 779,000 if you would like to send us an inquiry if you're interested in the car. Equally, if you have a part exchange or if you'd like a finance quotation, again, jamesglenn.co.uk, all these links will be in the description below, or you can give us a call at the garage on 01236 779,000.
If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, obviously we always ask that, you can do so by clicking the wee button below. That way you won't miss any more stock updates. There is also a car review that goes out every Friday. So the previous car reviews are on a playlist which you can access by clicking up here. Sorry guys, got a frog in my throat. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, if you click the James Glenn logo just here. My name's Stephen, thanks very much for making it to the end of the video, and we'll hopefully see you in the next one.